Alright guys, welcome back. We're back on Final Fantasy 14. We're trying to keep the story moving along a little bit. As always, if you're watching this, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and let's get into it. Just give me 1 second. Alright, just had to make sure we were live there. Let's get it. This one has been expecting walking one. This one fetches elder one. I'll be glad when I get over this part. This one is pleased to see walking one again. Welcome to the home of these ones. Ah, there you are. We've been hearing tell of your deeds of daring do. Well done. Ah, the walking ones who aided Norexia. This one is grateful. Pleasure to have been of service. If you don't mind my asking, how did your misadventure come about? This one doesn't mind the misadventures, as Walking One calls them, of this one began when Imperial ones entered the wood. Fearing trouble, these ones decided to watch Imperial ones closely. But these ones watched too closely, and Imperial ones noticed and tried to catch these ones. Having nowhere else to hide, this one fled into Totorak, or Tuturak. Would that this one had not. In Tuturak, a sinister one robed in black tried to feed this one to a many-legged one. A sinister one robed in black. Why do I have the feeling I should be more worried about that than I am? Elder Frixio, we come to you as emissaries of the nation of Gridania. This missive bears the word of the Elder Seedseer. This one sees the walking ones of Gridania are fearful of Lord Ramu. Can't talk. Plainly put, yes, your people summoned the Lord of Levin but once, yet that single occurrence occasioned great alarm. But it's not as if the Gridanians dislike you or anything. Actually, it's just the opposite. They think of you as friends, and they don't want anything to get in the way of that. That's why the Elder Seer wrote to you. This one well knows and respects Horned One Kani Senna. Be assured, like walking ones of Gridania, these ones have no desire for conflict. These ones resorted to summoning Lord Ramu to protect the wood from Imperial ones. This one counseled against doing so, but was not heeded. Against this one's wishes, Lord Ramu was summoned. All the ones who took part became touched ones. These ones want so desperately to turn touched ones back into normal ones, but did not know how, and still do not know. Touched ones, meanwhile, wanted to turn these ones into touched ones, and did know how. So this one fled to Little Solace. with all those ones who did not wish to be bound to Lord Ramu. But walking ones of Gridania need not fear touched ones or Lord Ramu. Unlike other primal ones, Lord Ramu is not callous and cruel. So long as walking ones do not trespass on these ones' ancestral homeland, where touched ones reside, walking ones will not suffer thunderous judgment. But this one has spoken enough of touched ones, this one would speak instead of these ones. As this one said, these ones desire peace of walking with walking ones of Britannia. And so these ones ask for a chance to set things right. By way of an addendum, mortals who are tempered come to take on the qualities embodied by the primal question, which is the case of the Sylphs. Ramu's influence has made them fiercely protective of their homeland. That explains why they're so hostile towards trespassers, but what about the abductions? A fine question, Yida. The abductions are, I believe, an expression of the tempered sylph's desire for reconciliation, another quality traditionally associated with Ramu. In the crudest manner imaginable, they seek to bring their fellows back into the fold, a timely reminder that the challenges posed by each primal are unique. Elder Frixio, we thank you for making your will known to us. The people of Gridania will rest easier in the knowledge that they and the Sylphs are united in the desire for peace. Wishing to cooperate, this one has written down the feelings of these ones. Please see that these feelings are conveyed to Horned One Kani Sena. And with that, I believe we can lay the matter of Ramu to rest. The Sylph Elder is very reasonable, I must say. You could learn a lot from him. Was that a jibe? If so, I feel only fair to observe that one of us wouldn't recognize reason if it punched her on the nose. Did I say fair? I meant reasonable. Anyway, we're going to head back to the Waking Sands and tell Menphilia all about it. If you're not, we'll be sure to mention the instrumental part you played in all of this. And while we see to that, we should appreciate it if you would deliver Frixio's missive to the Adder's Nest. Elder Frixio, we humbly thank you for your time. It has been an honor. The honor is this one's. Together, let's walk. Let the walking ones of Gridania and these ones find a way to live in peace. Please wait, walking one. This one has yet to give walking one a token of this one's appreciation. When these ones summon Lord Ramu, one of these were gifted this crystal. This one would now bestow the crystal upon walking one as a symbol of these ones' trust. So they literally just gave me a crystal. This one was not mistaken about walking one. Walking one is destined to walk a fate far crueler than this one can imagine. That's not cool. A brilliant light from within, walking one enveloped the crystal this one saw. Mark this one well. That crystal will one day be of use to walking one. Walking one must keep that crystal safe at all times. Before walking one returns to Gridania, this one would ask walking one to watch touched ones. So long as touched ones are not troubled, touched ones will not make trouble. If walking one witnesses touched ones making no trouble, mayhap walking one can testify to walking ones of Gridania that these ones mean no harm. These one's homeland is fraught with danger. This one marks down safe places to look out for touched ones. How went the meeting with the Sylphs? So the Sylphs have no desire for conflict, nor do they intend to summon Ramu. So as long as we leave the Tempered Ones be, we need not fear any aggression on their part. The Elder Seedseer will be overjoyed to hear that the Sylphs have welcomed our overtures, and in the knowledge that they bear us no will, they channel our resources towards tackling the more conspicuous threats to our security. You have done this nation a great service, my friend. On behalf of all Gridanians, I give you my thanks. The Sylphic folk have long been friends to Gridania. A mere thought of being at war with them pained the elder Seer to no end. But owing to your efforts, she will be able to rest easier. Being the benevolent soul that she is, my lady will surely try to find a way to reverse the tempering process. Once again, I thank you. Had the Scions of the Seventh Dawn not offered to mediate between our peoples, suspicion and doubt may well have led us into needless conflict. Pray pass my regards on to Lady Menthilia. Yida and Populimo have returned with a little while ago, and they wasted no time in regaling me with the tale of your exploits. Thanks into a large part to you, the name of one primal may be struck from our list of enemies, and the Gridanians may turn their attention to more pressing matters. Well done. Yet, the end of our tale is but the start of another. Pray return to the waking sands at your earliest convenience. I would apprise you of the present situation in person. Oh, I gotta go upstairs and speak to the Munchkin. I am given to understand that the matter of Ramu has finally been resolved. I fear resolved bespeaks a permanence we cannot rightly claim, yet I am well satisfied that the Lord of Levin will not trouble us in the foreseeable future. Your satisfaction is assurance enough for me. How fares the investigation? Well enough, Thancred is sparing no effort. They are many and one, just as you suspected. Their purpose, however, eludes us still. I see. I've been meaning to ask, but is Alicel quite well? I can't say that word. I feel as if I have scarcely seen her in recent days. Oh, you haven't, and nor have I, alas. Alassail has chosen to walk her own path, stubborn girl, but you may be assured that our destination remains the same. And on that note, I take my leave of you. I trust that Baldassian report will serve you well. I take it we can proceed as discussed. Why do you ask? You scarce need my permission to act. Okay. It is good to see you again, Storm. I've been looking forward to congratulating you on your triumph in the Twelveswood. Owing to your efforts, conflict has been averted. Truly, you have done the Scions proud. With that, we can strike Ramu from the list. So who's next? The Sahagin and Leviathan? The Lord of the World has not answered his minion's call of late, nor is he expected to do so in the near future. While the Sahagin remain as aggressive as ever, they lack the quantity of crystals to require to call forth their god. As with the sylphs, we can leave them to their own devices for a time at least. For a time bears repeating, we can ill afford to fall complacent. It is as Yestola says, unless we know the minds of the beast tribes, we cannot predict with any certainty when a next primal will return to plague the land. That being the case, we must proceed with as much haste as prudence allows. Any word on Titan? The Maelstrom keeps the kobolds under constant observation. We shall hear from them ere long. You may depend on it. Indeed, so all the known primals have all been acting in recent times. We are left with Garuda, who is the primal of the Ixal who live near Gridania. Yes, that's what I meant. So many moms to cover. Would that there were a more efficient way to conduct our surveys. Were he still with us, we should not long have waited for a more practical solution. She's not wrong there. Where in the world are you, Chief? But one sure step at a time. Henceforth, the Order of the Twin Adder will handle all matters pertaining to the sylphs under the sage guidance of the Seed Seers. I bid you all enjoy a moment's respite. You have earned it. Is there something else? Big parting. A man named La Habria, sporting a red mask and robed in black, 12 preserve. Prior to the calamity, the Asians took great pains to remain hidden. Why would they choose to cast off their veil of secrecy now? Gods, this bodes ill. We must take advantage of the present lull in primal hostilities and investigate this La Habria. Learn all we can of him and of his designs. Terror 2. A sylph and Thanalin. At long last, this one finds walking one. This one is most dependable of these ones. Is sent by Elder One Frixio to help walking ones. This one is called Noraxia. This one comes as a friend. Let these ones be friends. Pleasure to meet you, Noraxia. Sorry, boys. I'm having to munch while we're doing this. Okay. Yes, Terito is ready to express her fright, as is to express everything else. Not all of us are forged on the same steel as you. But it takes all kinds to make a family, and it pleases me to no end to see ours continue to grow. One by one, the people of Eorzea are beginning to unite. Drawn to the hope that shines within you. Yet a darkness threatens to engulf this light. Never have I doubted the Asians' presence, but that they have grown so brazen as to carry their work in plain sight fills me with a sense of deep foreboding. Another quest down. Menphilia would have you. Okay. I'm afraid there is no west for the Riri. We must delve further into the motivations of the masked man, the Asian known as La Habrea. This is an ideal moment to do so when our hands are not bound dealing with another primal. At present, we know little and less about the Asians, only that destruction follows in their wake. I should not be surprised if these beings are behind the chaos that racks the realm. If my fears prove to be a reality, we must do all in our power to stop them. Earlier, I sent word to each train company to solicit cooperation. The Immortal Flames responded to the effect that they have information on a potential sighting. This is intelligence that we can ill afford to ignore. Go speak with the Flame Commander Swift at the Hall of Flames in Ul'dah to inquire further. How you go about the investigation thereafter, I'll leave wholly to your discretion. Whatever you do, never forget that we are dealing with the unknown. You cannot take too many precautions. Be safe. That's good stuff right there. Good stuff. Good stuff. The Masked Man. You are come on behalf of the Scions, of course. Yes, as we've already relayed to Lady Manphilia, there has been a sighting of this rogue near about eastern Thanalan. A brass blade stationed at High Bridge described him in detail when he alerted us to suspicious activity. I would point you to the witness, but I'm afraid he died not 2 days ago. Slain by a marauding horde of Wigarian. Fate can be a cruel mistress. But do not be too quick to despair. Being situated on a trade route, High Bridge sees its fair share of travelers. Folk are always coming and going, and some among them may well have caught a glimpse of your target. You could do worse than speak with a merchant named Hayabaru, I guess. This fellow's always starved for customers, and he no doubt welcomes your attention, whether or not you have coin or the mind to spend it. Alrighty, we got a teleport to Camp Drybone. Now that's a cool sight. Welcome to High Bridge. Whatever you seek, I can provide, probably. If you're after a masked man, I'm not sure if I have one of those in stock. Oh, you're after a masked man. Why didn't you say so sooner? Such an individual might have featured in one of the many rumors I've heard. If you linger a while, mayhap you'll learn a thing or two. When the Order of Nathal began excavating the ruins below, I had hopes that High Bridge would turn into a bustling hub for pilgrims. But thanks to the nigh endless Beastman raids, folk are too afraid to come within a mile of here. I sold everything I owned to get my venture started, and I'm loath to give up without making an earnest effort to stick it out. But if things keep going as they are, I'll be bankrupt before the moon is through. Whining won't do me any good, though. No, for my business to survive, I need business. Speaking of which, perhaps you'd like to browse my wares, spend a bit of coin to help a struggling merchant. The masked man, bah. Thal, take your bloody masked man. I know what I said before, but vague rumors are all I've got. If you want to know more about him, go ask other merchants. She don't know nothing. You don't know no more than the last? What about this last one? And they all know nothing. Look, I'm sorry for my rudeness earlier. It's just that things are tough for us merchants at the moment. The Quigrean raids are so constant, so organized. We're beginning to suspect someone is orchestrating it all. I tend to put my own welfare first, like most of us do, but that doesn't mean I'm a bad person. I promise to keep an eye out for your masked man. If I see or hear anything, you'll be the first to know. Our Baru. I finally got some honest to God's information for your masked man. Why so confident? Because I saw him with my own two eyes. I was out for an evening stroll, minding my own business, when I noticed a column of smoke rising from a cliff over at Thaw's Respite. Curious, I took myself there to find a masked man, your masked man, I'm sure of it, standing by a fire. As if in answer, some Kungwarian appeared soon after, and the group began talking at length. I'm afraid I was far too out of earshot to hear much of anything. After a group had dispersed, an idea came to me. If you were to use the smoldering coal to start a fire, you might be able to arrange a similar meeting. It will be dangerous, I shouldn't doubt, but you've proven yourself more than a match for a pack of rats. So what do you think? That's some reliable information, even if I do say so myself. Well worth all the lingering about you've been doing, wouldn't you say? back so soon. Were you able to find any clues to your masked man? The scroll, it bears a prayer from Ralgar the Destroyer. In case you're unfamiliar, Ralgar is the guardian deity of Al Migo, which is currently under Garlean rule. It's highly uncommon for the folk of the nations to revere him. I'd wager last guild that your assailant was Al Hemigan. Seems the masked man of yours is very well connected. I must confess, the merchant in my envies such a diverse network of contacts. The self-same merchant who senses danger ahead and darkness besides. Are you certain that you'd rather not take things nice and slow here at Highbridge? The Al-Hamigan bandit you had a run-in with is somehow connected to your masked man and mystery. So it stands to reason that if you want to pick up the trail again, you should head towards Little Al-Hamigo over in southern Thanalan. So you know what to expect. The settlement is favored destination for those refugees who couldn't well adapt to life in Ul'dah. The hearts of the denizens are said to be so barren as the wasteland they live in. And for all intents and purposes, it's a lawless place. Be prepared for a not-so-warm welcome. Now, I'm not certain how much help she'll be, but it just so happens I have a daughter who has relocated to Al-Hamigo. Her name is Hihiro? I don't know. But it shouldn't hurt to seek her out first. And while you have her attention, I'd be obliged if you could send my love. Not a day goes by that I don't think of her. I suppose that is it then. I'd hoped that you would linger here for a while, cull some fiends, spend some coin, what have you, but something tells me you're destined for greater things. Wherever it is you end up, I wish you the best. Why, yes, I have Barrow's father, my father. He said, what? I wish I could be a better daughter to him. It's just that. Oh, I'm sorry. I shouldn't bother you with family matters, but I am grateful to you for delivering the message. Now what brings you here? A masked man? I'm afraid that doesn't ring any bells. One of the others may have seen something. I would recommend you first speak to Gundabald, the leader of the settlement. I must warn you, though, he isn't exactly accommodating to outsiders. Who are you? State your business and be real quick about it. Looking for a masked villain, you say, and why should we help you? We struggle enough without having to answer the whim of every outsider. You are not welcome here, be gone. Well, he was a little rude. Well, mid adventure, gives her Bearheart. Head of the security here in Little Amigo. I heard tell that you had business with Gunderbald. Knowing the bristly old bear, I don't doubt that he told you to bugger off. Owing to their hardships, the refugees don't trust anyone but themselves. Not even my men and I can get so much as a word of thanks out of them, despite watching the place day or night. But thanks or no, I try to help my fellow man when I can, and you seem of a decent sort. If you tell me what's brought you here, it might be as I can lend a hand. On the trail of a masked villain, you say? Can't say that sounds familiar, but I have men on lookout for Almajah to the south of here. If there's been any suspicious activity, they are like to have seen it. I have a mind to take each of them a couple of sweet Thanalan tea, so as to lift their spirits. If you were to run this little errand in my stead, they'd be all more willing to tell you what they know. So I gotta bring those dudes tea so they can give me the tea on this masked dude. Okay. Alright, let's go deliver some more tea. This sophisticated aroma has been forever since I had a drop of sweet there. Well, that was a bit rude, dude. Okay, so he saw the masked dude talking to the lizard dude. Alright, let's go see what we can find out. Alright, let's see what this dude has to say. So do my lookouts have anything to share with you? That doesn't sound like much to go by. But if you're to get any further in this investigation, it seems to me you'll need the cooperation of the Alhamigans. For this, you'll need to win their trust, and that won't be an easy task. So you're determined to press on this investigation. Then I have some advice for you to offer. As I said before, you won't get far without the Alhamiga's trust. The best way to win that trust is to get a compatriot of theirs, someone they respect to vouch for you. Coin does the talking in Ulda, but the Alhamigans are bound by something far stronger. It is not as tangible, a common purpose. Purpose, of course, is the liberation of their home from the Garleans. Gundabald says belongs to the Alhamigan resistance. So your best bet would be someone's part of the same crew. If you know any well-connected people, you might want to start by asking them. Okay. Okay, let's see. Oh boy. Alright. This has gotten a little slow. It's starting to get to me a little bit. Should get way better after we get out of the original story. A Realm Reborn gets kind of slow in the middle of it. Welcome back. Out fares the investigation. I see, given all that they have suffered, it is of little wonder that Alhamigan refugees have lost all faith in their fellow man. They have had their homeland taken from them, and for the past two decades, they have not had to see the remain in the enemy's clutches. Pound matters, none of the three city-states, have the means to take in all those who were displaced. As a result, a great many Alhamegans now live on the margins of society, suffering poverty and discrimination. Would that more could see be done to ease their hardships, I fear nothing short of reclaiming their homeland would be a lasting solution. But let us deal with one problem at a time, returning to the matter of your investigation. It just so happens there is an Alhamegan native among the Scions. I should be pleased to introduce him to you. Your Alhamegan comrade is named Harry Burt. I probably didn't say that right. He joined our cause in the hopes that he might find a way to liberate his homeland. While he spares no effort towards that endeavor, I have no doubt that he would be glad to assist you. If I recall correctly, Harry Burt is currently between missions. Try looking for him in the storage area. Okay. Is there aught I could do for you? You wish to win the trust of the people of Little Alhamigo. That is a daunting task, my friend, even for our own countrymen. I would like nothing more to help, but I'm afraid my name is no longer carries the weight with all that lot. I used to be a member of the Alhamegan resistance, but you see, I left in favor of joining the Scions. Know my allegiance? I pressed the button too quick, my bad. Now, while I may have no more friends in the resistance, I have someone who does. Her name is Albrita, and she is a resident of the Quarry Mill. Say my name when you meet her, and she won't lead you astray. This part of the story is bragging booty. This part of the story is Dragon Booty Booty. God, a Marlboro. That'll wake your butt up. You want me to introduce you to the Resistance? Huh, why the hell should I do that? Give me just one reason. Harry Burt sent you. You're the worthless whore's son. He abandons his comrades, his woman, and now he has the gall to ask me for a favor. I hope he can give you what you need. I'm Mefrid, a proud man of the Alhamigan Resistance. What business do you have with me? Captain is Galean. His wounds gone and festered, and he's burning up. I don't think he's got much time. I asked the villagers for aid, got on my knees and begged, but they refused to lift a finger. If Galean dies, his blood is on their hands. These quarry mill cravens would turn a blind eye to our plight, but they might listen to Albreda. I fear my anger will prevent me from rightly convincing anyone at the moment. I realize we scarce know each other, but this is a matter of life and death. Please, adventurer, go to her and try. Okay. One of Mefrid's is in bad shape, you say? I'm sorry, but there's naught I can do. I want to help, truly I do, but my countrymen, after all, but that'd mean going against the elemental's will. I've been at Quarry Mill long enough to know how terrible these beings can be. I couldn't forgive myself if anyone gets banished because of me. If there's anyone who can help you, it'd be Charlene, the Hamlet's resident here. If you take the matter to her, might be as she'll listen, though I wouldn't get my hopes up. You wish to aid the Alhamigans. You are possessed of a kind heart, adventurer, but I'm afraid I have not the authority to grant you your wish. The authority belongs to the elementals, eternal guardians of the Twelveswood. All outsiders, be they babes at the breast or men grown, are judged on a night whether they may have a place beneath the bows. Alas, the Alhamigan's petition has been denied. Harsh though it may seem, they do not have leave to receive the wood's bounty. Ever has it been since time immemorial, and ever shall it be. Let's play this full back and forth game. That's how it be then. The bloody hare might as well kill Leon herself. Spit on the elementals and spit on their bloody will. I cannot wait until the resistance is free of this place. At least be leveled up. We're level 37 on the Martyr. We're level 40 on the Summoner. So we're doing good. Alright guys, this is where we're going to stop it. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.